Have you ever wondered why some people your age wake up feeling heavy, swollen, or exhausted, even when they swear they're eating clean and drinking enough water? I'm Dr. Mark Ellis, and let me tell you a truth. Most doctors will never say out loud when your kidneys begin to struggle. The early signs are so subtle that you don't notice anything until the damage has already taken hold. And by the time you finally feel the fatigue, the puffiness, the brain fog, or that uncomfortable pressure in your lower back, your body has already been waving red flags for months, sometimes even years. That's the part that scares me the most, because weak kidneys don't just affect your energy. They quietly raise your risk of heart problems, fluid buildup, and toxic waste circulating in your bloodstream. It's the kind of slow, silent decline that happens right under your nose, and if you miss the warning signs now, the window to reverse it becomes painfully small. But before you feel overwhelmed, here's the part I want you to hold on to. Your kidneys are not fragile. They are incredibly responsive when you give them the right support. And today I'm going to show you 3 simple spices and 1 nightly habit that can help your kidneys flush toxins faster, calm inflammation, and regain the strength they were meant to have. The best part is that these remedies are affordable, safe, and already sitting in most American kitchens, yet almost no one uses them correctly. So if you've been feeling off lately and you can't quite explain why, stay with me, because what I'm about to share might be the missing piece your body has been begging for without words. When we talk about kidney repair, there's one golden spice that people overlook every single day, even though it's sitting quietly in nearly every American kitchen. Turmeric. It's not just a cooking ingredient, it's one of nature's strongest internal cleansers. And the first time I truly understood its power was when I met a patient named Linda. She was 62, exhausted, puffy around her eyes, and frustrated that her creatinine kept climbing, even though she'd cut back on salt, sugar, and red meat. Nothing seemed to change until she began using turmeric the right way, and that detail alone made all the difference. You see, turmeric contains curcumin, a compound so potent that researchers at the National Kidney Foundation found it can help reduce creatinine in urea levels by calming the inflammatory storm inside the kidneys. That matters because your kidneys filter roughly 50 gallons of blood every single day, and that process releases free radicals, tiny sparks of damage that wear down the nephrons over time. Curcumin acts like a protective shield, neutralizing those sparks before they cause deeper harm. And when inflammation drops, blood flow improves, filtration becomes smoother, and your body finally gets a chance to catch its breath again. Linda started with just half a teaspoon a day, paired with a pinch of black pepper and a little healthy fat, because curcumin is fat-soluble and otherwise slips right through the body unused. Within 3 weeks, her morning puffiness had faded, her energy returned, and for the first time in months, her lab results actually moved in the right direction. It wasn't magic, it was biology finally being supported instead of ignored. And if you've ever wondered why your body feels lighter after a warm turmeric drink at night, that's because curcumin also stabilizes blood sugar, one of the silent killers of kidney function. A University of California study found that daily turmeric use improved insulin response, reducing the metabolic pressure that quietly destroys kidney tissue year after year. That's why people with diabetes or prediabetes often see the fastest improvements when they incorporate turmeric into their routine with consistency rather than intensity. But before you grab the nearest jar, quality matters. Organic, non-irradiated turmeric retains more active curcumin, and its vibrant golden color is a clue that the compounds inside are still alive. And while turmeric is powerful, more is not better. Exceeding 2 teaspoons a day can irritate your stomach or thin your blood too much, especially if you're taking anticoagulant medication. What you want is steady support, not overload. Turmeric works quietly, steadily, and almost invisibly, but the transformation it creates inside the kidneys is impossible to ignore once it begins. And yet, as strong as turmeric is, it is only the first piece of this detox puzzle. Because if inflammation is the fire, there's another common spice that acts like the wind, speeding up circulation, flushing out sodium, and awakening the kidneys in a way most people never expect. But knowing this alone isn't enough, because there's another force inside your kitchen that can boost kidney filtration even faster. And most people don't realize how powerful it truly is. And once inflammation begins to calm down with turmeric, the kidneys are finally ready for the next step, improving blood flow. Because detox isn't just about removing toxins, it's about moving them. And that's where ginger becomes a game changer. Ginger doesn't quietly support the kidneys the way turmeric does. Ginger wakes them up. It stimulates circulation, flushes excess sodium, and fuels the exact kind of internal movement your kidneys depend on to stay alive and responsive. I first understood ginger's real power years ago when I worked with a retired construction manager named Robert. He was strong, disciplined, and surprisingly health conscious, but his kidneys told a different story. His ankles would swell by late afternoon, his energy crashed at unpredictable hours, and his sodium level hovered dangerously high despite everything he tried. Nothing made sense until we discovered that his blood flow into the renal arteries was sluggish. Think of it like a busy highway where all the cars are stuck moving 5 miles an hour. That's what was happening inside his kidneys. So we introduced one simple habit: a cup of warm ginger tea every morning. Fresh ginger about the size of his thumb, steeped for 7 minutes. Within 2 weeks, his swelling reduced. 3 weeks later, his energy stabilized. And after 2 months, his labs finally showed what his body had been trying to tell us all along. His kidneys were filtering more efficiently because the blood reaching them was finally moving the way it should. This isn't just anecdotal. Research from Johns Hopkins University shows that gingerols, the active compounds in ginger, increase renal blood flow, helping the kidneys clear toxins faster while preventing the microscopic scarring known as fibrosis. And this matters deeply because fibrosis is one of the main reasons kidney function silently declines. If inflammation is the fire, fibrosis is the ash that gets left behind. Ginger keeps that ash from building up. Ginger also acts as a gentle diuretic, helping the body release excess sodium and trapped fluids without stripping away essential minerals. That's why people who use ginger regularly often notice less bloating, clearer urine, and a lighter feeling throughout the day. And for those dealing with high blood sugar, ginger has another unexpected benefit. It improves insulin sensitivity, reducing the metabolic pressure that slowly suffocates the kidneys. The National Institutes of Health even highlighted ginger as one of the plant compounds most effective at reducing glucose-related kidney stress. But what truly surprised Robert wasn't the science, it was the feeling. One morning he told me, "Doc, it's like someone finally opened the windows inside my body." And that's exactly what ginger does. It creates movement where there was stagnation, clarity where there was pressure, and space where there was swelling. Still, ginger works best when consumed thoughtfully. Fresh ginger contains more active oils than powdered forms, and drinking it earlier in the day prevents nighttime urination. And remember, too much ginger can irritate a sensitive stomach or interfere with certain medications, especially blood thinners. Support your kidneys steadily, not aggressively, and you'll see results that feel both natural and lasting. But as powerful as ginger is, it's not the complete solution. Because circulation alone can't protect your kidneys from the most overlooked trigger of all, something tiny, acidic, and capable of silently forming stones or irritating the urinary tract without warning. But knowing this alone still isn't enough, because the next factor is even more dangerous, and almost everyone overlooks it. And once circulation begins to open up with ginger, there's a final piece of this internal puzzle that most people never even think about: acid balance. Because good blood flow means nothing if the kidneys are constantly fighting an acidic environment. That's where Parsley Seed steps in, not as a garnish, but as one of the most underestimated kidney-supporting herbs in the world. It doesn't shout for attention the way turmeric does, and it doesn't heat the body like ginger. Parsley Seed works quietly, steadily, and with a precision that still amazes me. I'll never forget a patient named Teresa, a 67-year-old teacher who came to me terrified after her doctor warned her about early-stage kidney stones. She wasn't overweight, she didn't eat junk food, and she stayed hydrated. But her urine was consistently acidic, her body held onto fluid, and every couple of weeks she felt a dull ache along her lower back. When we looked deeper, we discovered the real issue wasn't her diet, it was her pH balance. Her kidneys were working overtime to neutralize acid buildup, and that constant pressure was slowly wearing them down. So we introduced Parsley Seed infusion, half a teaspoon crushed lightly steeped in hot water for 10 minutes, taken just 3 times a week. It seemed too simple to matter. Yet within a month, her discomfort faded, her water retention eased, and her urine pH nudged gently toward a healthier, more alkaline range. That tiny shift reduced the likelihood of stone formation dramatically, because stones thrive in acidic environments, not balanced ones. And that wasn't luck, that was science. Research from the University of Maryland Medical Center highlights that parsley contains apiol and myristicin compounds that gently increase urine output while helping the kidneys flush out bacteria, sodium, and microscopic waste particles. Think of it as a soft rinse cycle for the urinary tract, never harsh, never overwhelming, just a consistent cleansing rhythm that keeps everything moving. And because parsley is rich in vitamins A, C, and K, it provides antioxidant protection to the nephron walls, shielding them from oxidative stress, the same way antioxidants protect your skin from sun damage. What most people don't realize is that parsley also helps regulate calcium balance by supporting vitamin K pathways. When calcium is properly directed to the bones instead of floating freely in the bloodstream, the risk of calcification and therefore kidney stones drops significantly. And for someone like Teresa, whose body was teetering on that edge, parsley wasn't just helpful, it was pivotal. But parsley seed, like every natural remedy, works best when used wisely. Too much can lower potassium levels, especially in people who already struggle with electrolyte imbalances. Pregnant women should avoid parsley seed altogether due to its strong essential oils, and anyone taking diuretics should use it carefully. Natural doesn't mean weak, it means powerful in the right dose. Still, what impressed Teresa the most wasn't the science. It was how she felt. "It's like my body finally stopped fighting itself," she told me. And that's exactly what parsley does. It restores ease where there was strain, clarity where there was confusion, imbalance where there was pressure. When pH stabilizes, the kidneys finally get a break, allowing every other detox pathway to function more smoothly. But as remarkable as parsley seed is, it prepares the body for something even more important, because detox isn't just about herbs. It's also about movement. Specifically, the movement of lymph, the silent highway that carries toxins from every cell straight to the liver and kidneys. And when that system slows down, no amount of herbs can keep up. But knowing this alone still isn't enough, because the next factor is even more dangerous, and almost everyone overlooks it. And once your kidneys finally regain some balance with parsley seed, there's a deeper layer of detox that most people forget entirely: the lymphatic system. If your bloodstream is the highway of nutrients, your lymph is the silent backroad network that carries away toxins, excess fluids, and cellular waste. And unlike the heart, the lymphatic system has no pump. It depends entirely on movement. That means if your lifestyle is sedentary or your abdomen tightens from stress, your lymph slows. And when lymph slows, kidney pressure rises. This is exactly why the abdominal lymphatic drain massage has changed so many of my patients' lives. It targets the one detox pathway that almost no one supports. I remember a patient named Harold, a 70-year-old grandfather, who came to me with constant bloating, swollen feet, and a feeling he described as carrying water I can't put down. His kidneys weren't failing, but they were exhausted, and the real issue wasn't his filtration, it was his stagnant lymphatic flow. The moment he lay down for an evaluation, I could feel the tension in his abdomen, the very place where lymph vessels gather before draining into the bloodstream. That tension alone was slowing everything down like a kink in a garden hose. So I taught him a simple 10-minute lymphatic massage. Gentle circles around the belly button followed by soft downward strokes toward the pelvis. Nothing dramatic, nothing painful, but it unlocked something his body had been waiting for. Within a week, his bloating eased. Within 2 weeks, his ankles stopped swelling. And after a month, he told me, "Doc, I feel like my body finally exhaled." That's the power of restoring flow to a system that has been begging for movement. Science supports this too. Specialists at the Cleveland Clinic explain that light abdominal massage increases lymphatic circulation, lowers cortisol, and reduces fluid retention, 3 factors that directly affect kidney workload. When lymph moves properly, toxins no longer sit around the abdominal organs causing irritation. Instead, they travel through the lymph channels, enter the bloodstream, and reach the kidneys in a steady, manageable rhythm. That means your kidneys filter waste more efficiently without feeling overwhelmed. It's not just detox, it's stress relief for your internal organs. And there's another layer most people don't realize: the lymphatic system responds to touch far more than muscle tissue does. Strong pressure actually slows lymph movement, while light, rhythmic, intentional touch accelerates it. That's why this is not a deep tissue massage. It's a gentle nudge, a reminder to the body to do what it was designed to do. And when you pair this massage with proper hydration, especially your last glass of water before bed, you create a nighttime detox cycle that works while you sleep. Harold wasn't the first patient to see results like this, and he certainly won't be the last. People who try this method often report better digestion, less morning puffiness, more regular urination, and a surprising reduction in lower back heaviness. And the best part, you don't need any equipment, supplements, or expensive treatments. Just 10 minutes, 2 hands, and the willingness to slow down long enough to give your lymph system the attention it has been missing. But while this massage is gentle, it isn't for everyone. Avoid applying pressure right after a heavy meal, and always keep the touch light. Remember, the lymph sits just beneath the skin. And for people with acute infections or certain medical conditions, it's always best to consult a doctor first. Detox should feel comfortable, not forced. Yet even with all this, there's still one final truth you need to hear, because detox isn't only about what you do, it's about how all these pieces fit together. The spices, the massage, the timing, the rhythm of your day, they form a system, a pattern, a blueprint for kidney resilience that most people never learn until it's too late. But knowing this alone still isn't enough, because what ties everything together could determine whether your kidneys stay strong or slowly decline without warning. If you're still here with me, let me tell you something important. Your kidneys are far stronger and far more capable than you may have ever been told. You don't need complicated treatments or expensive programs to begin healing you, just need the right habits done consistently and with intention. And whether you choose to start with turmeric, ginger, parsley seed, or the simple nightly lymphatic massage, every small step you take is a message to your body saying, I'm ready to protect you. I'm ready to heal. So please don't underestimate the power of what you begin today. If you found even one part of this video helpful, I truly encourage you to save this video so you can return to it anytime you need guidance, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss the latest medical insights, science-backed strategies, and practical kidney health lessons I share every week. Your kidneys deserve ongoing care, and staying connected here means you'll always have access to tools that can keep them strong for years to come. And above all, I want you to hold on to hope. Kidney health isn't a race against time. It's a journey your body's ready to take with you. No matter your age, no matter your lab numbers, no matter what you've been told, your kidneys can improve when they're supported the right way. I've seen it in my patients, and I believe you can experience it too. So take a breath, take a step, and know that you're not alone. Your healing can begin today.